The Libyan people are behind you.
The country's High National Elections Commission announced late last year that it was unable to meet the December deadline, citing inadequacies in the electoral legislation among other technical and security concerns, with UN efforts in Libya led by Special Advisor Stephanie Williams.
Clearly, Libyan stakeholders hold different views regarding the path that can take the country to free, fair, inclusive, and credible national elections and a peaceful transition. Discussion in the House of Representatives and among political actors is also increasingly focusing on the status of the government of national unity. Special Advisor Williams has reiterated to Libyan interlocutors that the focus of the political process should remain on the holding of parliamentary and presidential elections to be held in the shortest possible timeframe.
The Secretary-General's latest report to the Council notes the 2.8 million Libyans who've registered to vote, calling on the country's stakeholders to commit themselves to unequivocally focus on holding free, fair and inclusive elections as soon as possible, and as stipulated by the Libyan Political Dialogue Forum roadmap that was later endorsed by the Security Council. The report calls for authorities and institutions to work together to address the fundamental issues that resulted in the postponement, while creating the political and security conditions necessary for the poll. The proposed election would be the first since the ouster and killing of longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi a decade ago.
The ceasefire has continued to hold. However, political uncertainty in the run-up to the elections negatively impacted the overall security situation, resulting in shifting alliances among armed groups affiliated with certain presidential candidates. Similarly, unfulfilled demands made to the government of national unity by the Petroleum Facilities Guards in western Libya recently resulted in the shutdown of oil production, causing the National Oil Corporation to declare force majeure on 20 December. Oil production was restored on 9 January following negotiations between the PFG and the GNU.
Daikalo also pointed to a worrying human rights situation in the country, including for migrants and refugees who face inhumane conditions in their efforts to gain passage to Europe.
Libya is at a delicate and fragile juncture in its path to unity and stability. We welcome and support the positive developments taking place across the 3 inter-Libyan dialogue tracks and recognize the challenges that must be overcome. We need to collectively nurture these positive steps. It is critical that the international community remains united in its support for elections, guided by the aspirations of the Libyan people to be governed by elected institutions.
The UN calling on Libyan actors to respect the rights of their political opponents during and after the elections and to commit to an electoral code of conduct in order to enhance the credibility and outcomes of the process. Sherman Bryceby's SABC News, New York.